Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. A quick news update for you guys where we're going to be talking about the Critics' Choice Awards. We're going to be talking about a whole host of new shows that were announced over the weekend and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Let's start off talking about the Critics' Choice Awards, which took place last night. We're definitely much in the awards season right now. Disney did pretty well picking up a number of awards. So the Hulu Star Original Series Dropout picked up Best Limited Series. It also picked up Best Actress in a Limited Series. We also got Best Visual Effects for Avatar: The Way of Water. Best Comedy Series went to Abbott Elementary. Also, Best Actor in a Comedy Series that went to Jeremy Allen White for The Bear, which obviously you can find on Disney Plus around the world and on Hulu. In the Best Supporting Actress, Angela Bassett won for her performance in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Best Costume Design also went to the same film. I'm really starting to see which series and which films have been kind of the top ones, and Disney's definitely got some great ones in there, really showing how kind of like the Hulu Star Originals are really kind of doing the heavy lifting for the more sort of serious shows and the things that are kind of really pulling viewers in. Things like Abbott Elementary, The Bear, The Dropout are winning in so many different awards. So I definitely recommend you check them out. Disney has also announced that Firebuds, Super Kitties and Pupstruction have all been renewed for a second season. So these Disney Channel shows, two of which have already been released. Pupstruction hasn't even hit our screens yet. They've obviously got a lot of faith in it. They've already kind of given it a renewal. Definitely showing that the Disney Junior shows are really pulling things in. And also, especially with these kind of shows, they kind of pick up as they go along, and they kind of obviously get in merchandise. There's other ways for them making money from these. Disney's Onyx Collective released some new information over the weekend at the Television Critics Association. They announced they have picked up straight to series pickups of some new documentaries, including Black Twitter, which is based on Wire's series of articles about the people's history of Black Twitter. They've also picked up a pilot for the scripted comedy from 20th Television that's called 1266. That's the working title. Hopefully they do change that one because it's not a great title. This is all about Gabby, whose life is aimless and she's living with her mum and making a half-hearted attempts to becoming a singer, model and overnight millionaire. But when she's fired from a job yet again, she stumbles across the gig of a lifetime, phone sex. It was also announced a brand new drama called UnPrisoned, which is going to be starring Kerry Washington. It's going to be coming out to Hulu on March the 10th. It's also going to be released on Star Plus in Latin America and on Disney Plus in all other territories. And it's a half-hour comedy series all about the messy but perfectionist relationship between a therapist and a singles mum whose life is turned upside down when her dad gets out of prison and moves in with her and her teenage son. So that is some of the shows that Onyx Collective have announced. We've also got some new stuff from Hulu. So we've got a new show called Up Here, which is going to be released on Hulu on March the 24th. It's also going to be coming to Disney Plus around the world, though we don't know exact date for this one. And this is a romantic musical comedy set in New York, and it's set in the days of 1999. This brand new series follows the extraordinary story of an ordinary couple, Lindsay and Manuel, as they fall in love and discover that the single greatest obstacle to finding happiness together might just be themselves and their treacherous world of memoirs, obsessions, fears and fantasies that live inside of their heads. It's also been confirmed we're going to be getting Tiny Beautiful Things. This one is going to be coming to Hulu on April the 7th. We'll be getting all new episodes. It's also been confirmed that it's going to be coming to the UK on Disney Plus on the same day, and Canada, so this one's starting to roll around. This brand new 8-episode series stars Katherine Hine. She plays the role of Claire, who becomes a revered advice columnist when her own life is falling apart. It was also announced over the weekend that we're going to be getting some new documentaries from National Geographic, including one based on the Boxing Day Tsunami, along with the Katrina. They're going to be tying in with the 20th anniversaries, so a little bit off from them. But yeah, just tons of stuff. We're really starting to see now this kind of shift in kind of getting all of this content together. And it really shows how Disney is kind of putting together some different things for different people. In the US, it's very splintered. It's all on these different networks, all on different platforms. But obviously internationally, it's so much simpler because pretty much everything just arrives on Disney Plus. And I love this. I love the fact now that Disney Plus, especially here in the UK, is getting such a wide variety of content, and there's lots of stuff to be looking forward to, lots of different things to watch, and I just love that now about Disney Plus, especially here in the UK. It's just great having so much content. Hopefully at some point they will sort this out in the United States. So there we go, that is all of today's main news. Let's now jump into the comment of the day. Economical Listed says, do you think it will be a good investment for Disney if they brought AMC, because Disney has so many movies in theatres and it would be an amazing way for kids to see their favourite characters in the theatre? So it's funny you mention this question, because I have thought about this recently myself. Not maybe just with AMC, but they could maybe buy Cineworld, because the stocks in that were down for like a couple of cents, so they are really cheap. And in some ways it would make a lot of sense. You know, they would make all the money then that comes from their films. They'd also be making money for films from other, like Universal and Warner Brothers. So I do think it could be a way that they could do it. I think if it was a case of all the cinemas were going, they might jump in and do it. But we really need to see a shift in theatres, just doing the same thing that we've been doing with cinemas for the last 80, 90, 100 years. It's not going to work moving forward. We have big screens at home. We want that better experience. And a lot of the cinemas don't necessarily offer that. There are some amazing ones. I know when I go up to London and watch the new movies on the big screen with the IMAX, and you've got the big comfy lazy chairs, and they've got tables, and it's lovely. And then I go to my local one, and my knees are touching the chair in front, and it's really uncomfortable, and you're squashed. The sound doesn't sound so good. There is a difference in that there. Now the main thing is with cinemas, most of the time they make their money from food. It's insane, the price sometimes of food at cinemas. And if I have a bag of Milky Bar buttons, it's nearly £4. I mean, I can buy it at the supermarket for just over £1. So that's why I always tend to bring food in, because I don't want to pay those stupid prices. And I think if they were a bit more reasonable, that would help. I've been to cinemas in America and Canada and stuff like that, and sometimes there are different kind of experiences. Even went to one in Australia, and it was outside, and we all had deck chairs and stuff and broom. It was lovely. But going to cinema is kind of an experience, and they've kind of lost that. I think if Disney was to buy it, they'd have to make some changes. I don't think they're going to be bringing Mickey Mouse onto the stage and doing all that thing. It will just be the same business they have now, but they need to tweak it. I think they maybe need less cinemas. Maybe that's a thing. In some cities, there's probably too many screens. Generally, in university cities, they can kind of cope with it. But it is very tricky with cinemas. They aren't making enough money. They need to release more movies. I mean, that's definitely one thing I think we're going to see more. Maybe if Disney start pulling off less of the Searchlight films and putting them out onto cinemas for a bit rather than putting them straight onto Disney Plus, that would help. Same with all of them. But the industry has to change and evolve, and sometimes it doesn't feel like it has done. Just trying to go back to the heyday. It's not going to work now. We've got all this technology, and people are going to wait. Yeah, and then you've got piracy, because okay, so you make everyone wait 6 months for it to come out on digital or streaming. Then you're just going to have more piracy. It's catch-22. You can't just go back to how it used to be. But yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if they did it. Maybe more, they need a consortium between some of the studios. That might be a better way for them to do it, but then they don't tend to work well together. But yeah, that might be one way to do it. I would imagine Disney wouldn't want to have, it's very, very tricky, but I have thought about it myself. But let me know, would you like to see Disney own a movie chain? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Follow and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Follow and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.